God bless you and welcome again to my channel, The Secret Place TV. I want to make this video very brief and I encourage you to share it with somebody. It's going to be a blessing to somebody. If you are married, I encourage you to share this video with your spouse. Trust me, it's for your good. Share it with your spouse. There is something that he or she will learn from it. The world has changed. I remember many years ago when my father was still alive, he was the only one working in the family. Like, he was catering for all the bills in the family. My mother, with 8 children, she has 8 children, so she was a stay-home mother, taking care of 8 children and cooking and cleaning and doing every housework. My dad was paying all the bills. But the world has changed, right? We're living in a world where most women are now, they have to go to work. Women have to go to work just like the men, right? And some women, a matter of fact, are making more money than their husbands, in this generation. But what I want to say is this, and I believe men will learn something from this video. What I think is I think that if a woman is working to help her husband with the bills, I think the man should also help out the wife in the home. I think that if your wife is helping you to pay the bills and take care of the financial needs of the family, because the world has changed, right? The economy of the world has changed. So one income can no longer carry a family, in most families, so women are forced to go to work so they can help out, right? So, but what I think we need to pay attention is to make sure we're not abusing this, because if a woman is going to work to help to pay the bills and cater for the financial needs of the family, I think that the man also should help the wife at home. I think that the man should be able to help out at home, because I don't believe that the wife should be doing everything at home and she has to work. I don't believe that. I don't really believe that, because she's gonna break down. I'm gonna balance it. Pay attention. I'm gonna balance it because I like to balance what I'm saying. I don't believe that one person should carry all the load in a family. I don't believe, whether a wife or a husband, I don't believe that. I believe that roles should be shared. I believe that we are in this as a team, and if we're a team, we should share the roles in the home, because the restroom, the toilet does not clean itself, right? Somebody has to clean it. Somebody has to make the bed. Somebody has to do laundry. Somebody has to clean the house. Somebody has to cook. Somebody has to service the cars, fuel put gas in the cars, wash the cars. Somebody has to remove the trash, right? Somebody has to take care of the kids, the children. So we have all these house chores to do in the home. One person, we cannot leave this for one person. So I think that it's very important and actually smart for men to help in the home. I think that men should help their wives. The reason I'm saying this is, if your wife breaks down, you will not have your wife. Now she goes to work. Some of them have 2 jobs. Some of the women I see in this generation, they are doing so many things at the same time. She keeps a full-time job. Some of them have part-time jobs. Some of them have other side things they are doing by the side, just to help the man to pay the bills. They are doing this to help you as the man to pay the bills. Now, I think that the man too should help at home. Help at home and make sure that that same woman is not the only person doing everything at home. You know, help her at home, whatever and however you can. So it calls for accountability and responsibility. I think that the roles in the home should be shared so that let's know who has to clean the house, whose responsibility, who's responsible to remove the trash, who's responsible to wash the cars, who's responsible to do laundry, who's responsible to cook. I have a friend, this brother, he's a chef. So he told me he does 70% of the cooking in his marriage. So most of the time he's the one cooking. And I've lived with a man when I came to the US for the first time. This man was doing most of the cooking. So I don't see anything wrong with a man helping out. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if you leave everything for your wife, that she has to go to work and come back tired, and she also has to do every work in the home, she's going to break down. And I'm sorry to say this, most of the women that I see that work this hard, most of the time, assess them mentally. Something is wrong already. I'm telling you, I'm coming from the perspective of somebody who works in a mental health hospital. Most of our women, if you sit down and have a conversation with them, you observe that mentally they are off. They are totally off because of the work life, so much load they are putting on themselves and stress they are putting on themselves. I think that we should be careful. If your spouse breaks down working, overworking herself or overworking himself, you will not have a spouse. You will not have a spouse. If the person suffers high blood pressure, heart attack, or dies young, you're not going to have a spouse, I'm telling you. So I think we need to be selfless and make sacrifices. Do not leave one person to carry major roles or major load in a family. I think these things should be shared. See, marriage is a covenant. It's two people coming together as a team. If we are a team, I think we should share the roles so that I know what I'm responsible for. Now, it doesn't mean that my wife cannot help me, do some things. And it doesn't mean that I cannot help her to do some things, but there has to be some defined roles that the man is supposed to handle and some defined roles that the woman is supposed to handle so that there are no assumptions and no expectations, it's not vague. Somebody has to do something. So what I'm trying to say in essence is this: if you are the kind of person that leave your spouse to carry all the loads, whether it's your husband or the wife, to carry all the loads in a family, probably he's the only one paying all the bills. I was speaking with we were somewhere and a sister told us something. She said, my husband pays all the bills, and and we asked her, what do you do with your own money? She said she keeps her own money to herself. I said, so he pays all the bills. He pays all the bills, the house rent, the utilities, all the bills. She said yes. I said, okay. Now, that man has to do 2 jobs to pay the bills. The day that man will break down and suffer a major heart attack and suffer a serious health situation, you will be a widow and you will be the only one paying the bills. That is the danger. So when you leave your wife to be carrying all the bills or carrying all the loads in the home, she's the only one doing all the work in the home. By the time she will break down, you will not have a wife. You're not going to have a wife. And sometimes when after doing all these things and she's tired, you will not have somebody to sleep with in your bed. She will just drop in the bed like a log of wood. She's tired. You can't even touch her. She's tired already. So when you are leaving your spouse to carry all the load, know that at night you will need somebody in your bed, and that person will be very tired, and you will not have somebody to touch at night. As a matter of fact. So help each other. Let's be selfless. Marriage is two selfless people living together, helping each other. It's a team, right? You made a vow for better, for worse, right? See, when you made a vow, you say for better, for worse. So help each other. You're a team, right? If one person breaks down, The other person will carry all the loads. You don't want that to happen. God bless you.